they would get their Christmas tree. And I'm sure you'll enjoy Eddie's story.
First, I'm going to tell you another little short story. Ann told me I could fit it in here wherever I wished. A kindergarten teacher was observing her classroom of children while they drew. She would occasionally walk around to see each child's work. As she got to one little girl who was working diligently, she asked what the drawing was. The girl replied, "I'm drawing God." The teacher paused and said, "But no one knows what God looks like." Without missing a beat or looking up from her drawing, the girl replied, "They will in a minute." Getting the Christmas tree. This is part one. It was about 1936 or 1937, when I was 7 or 8 years old. My sister and I set out to get the Christmas tree. She was 2.5 years older than I was. We lived on a farm in southern New Hampshire, and in the past, our dad had always gone out in the cow pasture and cut some unfortunate hemlock tree that was encroaching into the feeding area. We didn't have any spruce trees, and if we did, they would have been far too precious to cut. We always had a Christmas tree that stood on the floor and reached to the ceiling. Our mom had a powder blue tin can full of Christmas tree ornaments, each wrapped in tissue paper, that decorated every tree every year that was ever decorated in our home. These decorations were hers and had served on every Christmas tree in her old home when she was a young lady in Lewis Head, Nova Scotia. Because of the smallish size of that can and the number of ornaments in it, it took some ingenuity to keep a large tree from looking less than properly decorated. Therefore, this year, we were going to get a small tree to sit on the stand to better utilize the number of decorations. When out in the woodlot, my sister and I could not find a suitable small hemlock. After considerable searching, we noticed the very tip top of a large hemlock tree that would make a beautiful small Christmas tree. I took the bucksaw and climbed a long way up to the top. My sister, blushing from the ground, told me where to make the cut for the proper sized tree. I saw it and saw it. It was very awkward, but finally success. The top fell. It was a long, hard drag to get that tree home. And when we finally got it to the dooryard, we realized it was so big, we had to cut it in half again. When we finally got the top half of the tree to the door, we still had to cut another several feet off the base to even get it in the house. Yes, that year, once again, our Christmas tree sat on the floor and reached to the ceiling.